I'm really happy I bought this cordless Samsung vacuum. One of the main reasons is the charging mechanism. So there are a lot of cheap cordless vacuums that you can buy. However, whenever you want to charge them, you have to manually take the cord and plug it into the device, which I think is just incredibly inconvenient. But there are a few products like Dyson and Samsung where all you need to do is plug it into a dock. So basically putting the vacuum up on its stand is also the charging mechanism. So there's really no need to even think about charging the device. You just put the device away and it charges as a byproduct of that. Now, I have very mixed opinions about Samsung. I bought a lot of their products. Some of them I was very disappointed with. So for example, the Z Flip, the fold phone, I thought was an incredible disappointment. But there's one thing that Samsung always nails, and that's the charging and the battery experience. They're top of the line when it comes to that. So let's take a look at how they're able to achieve that. So first, you just press this big button here, and then the battery slips out. So this is not what you're going to see in most vacuums, but you see a nice battery that can be charged on its own. So for example, I can just plug it into this dock here, and then what will happen if this is plugged in, you can see it's not plugged in here. It has this charger adapter here. These lights would light up, and once you have 3 blue lights, that means it's fully charged. 1 blue light, a third, 2 blue lights, 2/3, etc. So it's very intuitive. It's very simple. Now, ideally, what you'd do is you would mount this to the wall. You can see these screw holes here, and it says it's Samsung here. And then you don't even remove the battery at all. What you do is you just put the battery back on. You see how easy it is to just snap on like that. And then you would just hang it up on the wall like this, and then the vacuum would charge. So very, very easy. The other thing that's very easy about it is how to clean it. So obviously there's no like vacuum bags or old-fashioned things like that, but you just remove it. Very, very simple. Another cool thing about it is it comes in this rose gold color. So rose gold up here where it says Samsung, rose gold down here on the shaft. Another thing I found, just incredible product design here, is the swivel mechanism. So it has multiple dimensions in terms of swivel. And what you'll find is that you can just sort of slip it into random corners and twist it, and it'll just angle perfectly. The user experience on this thing is absolutely phenomenal. The other thing you can do is adjust the power. So by default, it's going to be on the lowest setting, but you can press the plus button on the above the trigger there, and it'll go more powerful. So if you have like long hairs or something like that. Now, in my experience, I use it quite a bit, so maybe like once every 2 days. So I use it very frequently, but I don't use it for a large surface area. So I would get about a week's worth of vacuuming on a single charge. But again, if you set it up as a mount, as the way you store the device, then the battery length is irrelevant. You're going to be charging it after every use anyways. So incredibly practical, incredibly easy to use. So if I want to like remove something, I just hit the big intuitive button. There's no complexity at all with this. I paid, I don't remember exactly, somewhere between $200 and $300. So the reason is that I received a discount because there was a delay in terms of the shipping, and it was later than expected. So that was pretty nice to get that. One other thing is that you don't power the device by pressing a trigger. So there is sort of a trigger here, but it's not mechanical. It's just a place to hold your hand, hold your finger. It's really the power button on the top where your thumb is. That's how you turn the device on, and then you go up for more power and then down for less power. The only other brand that I really considered after looking at some of the cheaper models that were available was Dyson, but Dyson was it was so expensive, and I was more impressed with the battery system on Samsung. So, I mean, I didn't mind paying for Dyson if I thought it really was the best product, but Dyson's just made it a plastic, and so I didn't really know what I was paying for other than the nice charging experience. And I would say that perhaps is one of the downfalls of this device is that it is largely plastic. Now, this seems to be metal. This is metal. I'm sure the internal parts are probably metal as well, but the tip is also plastic. Now, I haven't had any issues and hasn't broken, snapped, or anything like that. But it's something to keep in mind that if you're paying 200 to 300 bucks, I mean, you're not getting a titanium device here like you do with these $1,000 headphones that I bought made out of scratch resistant titanium. But the functionality is really great. So in durability, I'm not sure. Had this for less than a year so far, so we'll see what the long-term payoff is. Incredibly intuitive. I thought it was good value for the price. You get the brand name. The suction power seems perfectly adequate for anything that I need. Now, I'm not doing industrial cleaning or anything like that. I don't have pets either, but they do have a version of this that seems specifically designed for pets, if that's your case. The other great thing about this vacuum is that it's not that noisy, so I'll just turn it on right now. I mean, very gentle. It's not harassing sound, and I'm pretty sensitive to sound as well. I had to soundproof one of my windows. I'll turn it up to maximum. So there's like a blowing sensation, but there's not very much irritability in terms of that.